Pokemon Winds and Waves will be our first Pokemon game for our new Generation 10. Are you excited? Do you have a Switch too? I don't have a Switch too. The trailer that Pokemon released on the 27th of February was a 3-minute long clip displaying the new unnamed region, the new starters, and our 2-player characters. But there's still so much to think about. What will the other Pokemon look like? What's the plot this time? What is our new gimmick? Well, I've got your answer, and it comes from really looking at the minute details in our trailer and the symbols of Winds and Waves. These are our starters for Generation 10. Brout, Pombon, and Gekua, the grass, fire, and water-type Pokemon respectively. There has been plenty of discourse and speculation about what these Pokemon would be like when they evolve, and what their types would be. Brout is likely to be a physical attacker by the looks of its design, meaning it could gain the fighting or rock type. Pombon is cutesy, meaning it could gain the fairy or even dark typing for a last evolution contradiction. Gekua is sort of a salamander or gecko, meaning it could gain the poison or ghost typing. Poison because there are many kinds of poisonous or venomous salamanders, and ghost because it has yet to show up as one of our starters' secondary typing so far, at least for water types. Design-wise, I'm not certain how they would end up looking. I might sketch some ideas and put them here if I do end up attempting to predict a design. Another important thing that I'm sure has grabbed many people's attention is what the gimmick of this next game will be. We had Mega Evolution and Primal Reversion, Z-moves, Dynamaxing and Terrestrializing, so what could this new gimmick be for Gen 10? Could it be a new kind of evolution like Mega Evolving? Or is it a temporary mechanic like Dynamaxing? Well, in a way, both are right. The new gimmick for Generation 10 has been theorized to have something to do with this symbol shown here in the Winds and Waves Japanese logo. When you look at this symbol, what do you think of? It looks familiar, doesn't it? Where have we seen that before? Actually, it sort of looks like Arceus' wheel and the known symbol of Arceus shown to us in Sinnoh's games previously. You might be wondering how Arceus, the original one, plays a role in Winds and Waves' gimmick system. It's clear in Arceus' past. It is known for splitting bits of itself to hand off to those it deems worthy, which is the explanation for being able to capture a god in Platinum and Legends Arceus. So, this new mechanic will have Arceus interacting with us and our Pokemon in some sort of way that will grant both divine powers during battle. A singular move of each type will become Arc moves when the Arceus item, whatever it may be, is interacted with and the bond of you and your Pokemon is untapped and made divine. These moves can be picked from all 18 types, even if it is not the type of your Pokemon. Of course, it won't gain the stab multiplier, but it will still be as effective as a regular non-stab move. Your Pokemon will gain the Arceus wheel with this sort of rainbow gradient, and you might gain it as well to signify your cherished bond. The Arceus item will be a key item as well, so it will have nothing to do with your Pokemon's held item. The divine move of your choice is single use. Some Pokemon, likely Arceus and a few Arceus-associated legendaries, will get a special kind of divine move, sort of like a Z-move signature, like 10 million volt Thunderbolt. Now I know what you're thinking, Luma, back it up here. How can we be so sure that this gimmick will involve Arceus of all things? And why would Arceus even grant you and your Pokemon divine powers anyway? Well, let me bring up some things you may have forgotten. Or never learned. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, Arceus is shown to be the sole purpose for the player character to be brought back in time, as the player is needed to seek out all Pokemon. Once you do so, you are able to meet and capture Arceus in the Hall of Origin like in Pokemon Platinum. Except this isn't truly Arceus, but instead a piece of Arceus that it has decided to give you since it deemed you worthy of keeping it. In this instance, Arceus granted the player a sort of power by directly giving you a piece of its essence, body, being? I'm not sure what to call it, but you've basically got a mini Arceus in your pocket because Arceus thought you were befitting of it. Arceus has also granted humans Arc Suits, which is another example of Arceus handing its power over to others in small amounts if they fit certain qualifications in certain circumstances. In this specific instance, it was because of a strong bond a trainer shared with their Pokemon. Now, although this instance was in the spin-off game Pokemon Masters EX, it is still shown as a possibility or consideration for what Arceus is capable of. But it would be pretty random to just have Arceus grant you power without a deep meaning or reason, right? Don't get me wrong, being bonded with your Pokemon is nice and all, but does that mean you literally need God to congratulate you on that and grant you power? No. But there is a good reason for Arceus to grant the player and their Pokemon its power in time of need. And it's already happened once before in Legends Arceus. Why would Arceus need your help again? That's right, as much as I hate to even utter his name, the sole reason for Arceus needing to assist the player again might be because of Volo's eventual return.
Diamond! I had a nightmare about that fool last night.
It has already been confirmed that Volo is still alive even after the events of Legends Arceus in Legends ZA, where we see his outfit displayed in Lumios's museum and we are told that whoever wore it personally donated it to the museum themselves. It is also said that this same person peered at Professor Laventon's artwork as if nostalgic and reminiscent. This dude is still alive and wandering the modern day like it's nothing. He makes me sick. And we all saw his energy in Legends Arceus' post-game. He literally claimed he would conquer Arceus no matter how many years, how many decades, or how many centuries it takes him. That was his last quote, too. Yeah, he's coming to kill us. Volo's return will be enough of a reason for Arceus to step in. After all, Volo is actively seeking out Arceus, not in hopes of battling it or testing its power, but instead with the hope of overthrowing and taking control of Arceus to shape the world the way he wants it to be. This is enough to convince me that Arceus would have some sort of involvement in our new gimmick. It would be interesting to see it as a main plot point, since this is sort of a Legends game plot, but it's not impossible. Knowing Game Freak, it wouldn't be ridiculous to think that they'd fill a plot hole in one of their previous games with an entirely new game. They've done it tons of times already, going back and forth between their regular split version games and their Legends games. This gimmick would be fun to see in competitive too, since it would not require your Pokemon to hold an item for a divine move, so you could still Mega Evolve or use strategic held items. As excited as I am for Winds and Waves, I also kind of have a fear of it because, you know, being a Pokemon fan, it gets serious, okay? It gets serious. I fight for Pokemon, I die for Pokemon. So, I have the hope of it being an actual good game because, you know, as a Pokemon fan, I can recognize that some games are just not good. And I'm like, I really hope that they take their time with this and flesh everything out because I will be very sad if Generation 10 ends up being bad. I know there's gonna be LARPers who are like, no, this is terrible, worst Pokemon, whatever, okay? There's always gonna be somebody like that out there that I'm going to take my time playing this game when I eventually get it, if I hopefully get it, and I'm going to I might do an analysis video on it, honestly. I might do mad videos on it. Who knows what could happen? I don't know what's gonna happen in it, okay? I'm picking Gekua, though. That's what I know. I'm for sure picking Gekua. But I'm really hoping that this game is, actually good. No rushing, no, cutting corners. Let's just make the game, okay? Let's just take our time, hold hands, and make the game. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.